Hi guys, this is Nydra from Ghost Gamers. We're here at IEM World Championship Day 3, sitting with Scarlett, who's actually not playing, so I'm super happy that I can actually catch her for an interview. So, you're not really giving too many interviews, you're kind of known for that, but this is why I'm kind of exuberant having you with me. So how are you overall enjoying IEM from a viewership perspective?
It's really nice so far. It's a nice change from just watching Wings of Liberty all the time. The games are a lot more exciting, I think, even if the play isn't as good because the game is really new. Yeah.
Is there any specific game that you liked a lot? I know you've been watching a lot of games because you're not actually playing, so any game that caught your attention?
MVP or Scrubby. You got to see how imbalanced medevacs are now.
What happened? Is that just Medivacs owning stuff up?
Yeah, the new speed boost. He could just fly right past the army. Like, there's 4 stalkers left, and a medevac just flew right past with 8 marines and killed like half the pros in a mineral line. So you have to leave so many units blindly at each spot to deal with drops. It's kind of stupid right now.
You think that Terran is imbalanced in Heart of the Swamp? There's been like varying opinions. Some say that Terran's really strong, some others say Protoss really strong. Everybody thinks like Zerg is the weakest. What do you think about this?
It depends on the matchup. Right now, I think Terran is really strong against Protoss, mainly because they mostly go bio and drops make that a lot stronger. And Protoss, what's strong about them mainly is the Mothership Core, which is okay against Terran, and Sky Toss, but that's not really used. That's mostly against Zerg, so I think Terran's better against Protoss right now, and maybe Zerg is a little weak. There's a few things that they're like turtling Protoss into Sky Toss. You can't really beat it, and Terran is a lot stronger at harassing now, like it used to be in Wings of Liberty at the start when Terran won most of the time, because there's just so many things you have to prepare for.
What do you think Zerg needs to get in order to get more strong? You need an upgrade or like a buff of something?
I'm not exactly sure, because the problem is just it's like Sky Toss. You couldn't really engage it in Wings of Liberty, but you had Broodlords, right? So you could just sit back with Spores and slowly push forward, but now Tempest outrange that, so I think Tempest, something needs to be changed about them right now. And against Terran, I think just medevacs are too strong. Try making the speed boost require energy or something, and then see what it's like, but I don't know. Terran, it's not clear, really.
Do you think the Zerg matches would have been different or more balanced if fungal growth stayed the same? Because now it's kind of like a projectile, and you have a chance to actually miss it. So if it was an instant, do you think, like an instant cast, do you think it will be better for Zerg that way?
I don't think so. It's not actually very much worse than it was at the end of Wings of Liberty, because even though it's a projectile now, it has 10 range, so it's better at engaging like late game armies, because against Terran you used to lose them to infestors when you're trying to fungal, or against Protoss like feedback was a big problem. So it's actually not that bad late game. Yeah, I think.
What do you think about the other spellcaster that's introduced to Zerg, the Viper? It obviously opens like a lot of playstyle possibilities, like dragging stuff or securing map control, etc., during the battle. Do you overall like the unit, and how do you think it will fit your style, etc.?
I like it. The good thing about it is it makes mid-game Zerg armies, like Roach Hydra especially, stronger into the late game. And the problem in Wings of Liberty is like Roach Hydra is really good mid-game, but late game when they got Colossus, you couldn't really deal with them without sacrificing a bunch of Corruptors, which 1 costs a lot of supply, and 2, your Hydras all died before the Colossus died anyway, so it didn't matter. So I think it's good for the game, the Viper, and against mech too. It's useful against siege tanks, so I like the Viper. I like it.
Okay, so you've been on Acer for quite a while now, and Acer has been known to have a very strong lineup. You have Bly, you have Nurture, now you have MMA. Overall, how do you feel your time on Acer has been?
It's been really good. It's like pretty much the only team I've been on, because you can't really count eclipse yet. So I've enjoyed it. It was a possibility I would switch teams in December, but I ended up staying on Acer. I don't know if I'll change anytime soon.
Where would you go? What team wanted to sign you in December?
Several teams. I don't know if, I guess I can say. I talked to EG, Quantic before it disbanded, and I talked to KeSPA, but I didn't want to commit to Korea like full time by then, so.
Any particular KeSPA team?
No.
Just like overall signing with a KeSPA team?
Yeah, because you talked to
the organization?
Yeah, pretty much. They approached me, and I also talked to Root, so a lot of teams, but I ended up sticking with Acer.
Okay, so you say you didn't want to commit to Korea, which is understandable, but EG and Quantic, both powerful teams, both American-based, so you could have possibly stayed in the US. Why did you say no to them? Did you just like it in Acer that much better?
I don't know how much details I can give out about like what the offers.
I know even less than you, but no, like if you can't say offers, that's okay, but you can just say like, was it because of the salary, was it because of the training, practice condition, teammates, etc.?
Well, I have friends on Acer now, so I don't want to say too much about this.
Okay, so, we actually talked to Bly during IEM Poland. I asked him about the Acer Zerg, excuse me, because Acer Zergs have always been very strong, and to me you seem to play some different Zerg play style. And you know, Nurchill, like he kind of pushed the Infestor style, then he went into ZVZ, this heavy deny the third aggression, etc., etc. Do you see that this is really a thing with Acer and the Zerg players, that you're playing differently than everybody else?
Well, we don't actually talk to each other too much about builds. Like maybe if someone has a problem with something they ask, but we don't really work on a play style together, so we all develop different things, especially because like I play North America, sometimes Korea a little bit. They all play Europe, so we play in different meta games, which makes our styles completely different.
How much does Sela and MMA help you? Because MMA is probably the best non-Zerg on the team, and Sela is...
He's the only non-Zerg.
That's true, of course. It makes him the best also. And obviously Sela is a coach with huge practice. He was in Korea for a long time coaching Slayers. How much knowledge do you get from both of those?
I haven't been playing or talking to MMA too much recently before now. Like when I met him here at IEM, like I met him before, but we've talked a lot here, and I think I'm gonna really enjoy going to Axiom, the Axiom team house. About Sela, he asks for replays like after we play a tournament, and he looks them over. He gives us tips, or if we're gonna play a match against someone in like a week, he can look up VODs and give us advice against their playstyle. So he's kind of helpful. But one thing, when I'm going to Korea, staying with the Axiom Acer, he's not actually our coach for that because some Slayers drama, you know. So that's unfortunate.
Bly told me he made him remap all his hotkeys. Did he make you do this as well?
No.
That's cool, at least. Okay, so you started your career basically with IPL4, but this is long gone, so I don't want to go that back in time. But more recently, you won WCS Canada, WCS North America. Would you say you're kind of like the best player on the continent at the moment?
I'm not sure. I haven't got to play against a lot of good players recently. Like Major especially, he's been in Korea for a while, so I don't know how good he is. He's probably like really good now, so I don't know if I could say that anymore. Like back then I could, because I won convincingly WCSNA, but that was 6 months ago or more now. So
overall, how strong do you think North America is? Because the community's thoughts are NA is the weakest region at the moment, kind of lagging behind everybody else. Although they have huge names, we have Nydra, Ostoji, for example, Vive, Daisuke, all strong players, but they don't seem to. Daisuke, yeah. I watched him at MLG Spring. He was playing really well. I don't know, like my thoughts. Like he was doing really good.
Did you see the hacking thing about him? He got caught map hacking.
Was this recently?
Yeah.
Now I feel stupid. Okay, so we disregard Daisuke. Go back to the other good names. So, do you think really that NA is behind everybody else? And if yes, what is holding the NA players back compared to Europe, Korea, Asia?
I actually think NA is not that much worse than Europe. Like, of course, they're both like way behind Korea, other than maybe like 1 or 2 players. But I don't know exactly, because if people knew what the problem was with foreigners compared to Koreans, they would fix it. But no one knows exactly what's the complete cause of it, so I don't know.
I was not asking really for more for like foreigner to Korea, but let's say NA compared to Europe, NA is lagging behind Europe, and those continents are both foreign, so no comparison to Korea needed here. But what keeps NA on the back foot compared to Europe?
Yeah, I said at the start that I don't think NA is actually too far behind Europe. There's a lot more exposure for European players. Like, there's a lot more European tournaments. At North America, there's like MLG and IPL, but it's always just Koreans winning the ON bracket, so all the North Americans, they lose before you can actually see their broadcasted matches. And in Europe, like DreamHack, IEM, there's less Koreans compared to like Europeans, North Americans, so you see Europeans play more. And that makes people think that they're better. But also, I think there's a lot more players in Europe, and it's a little better of a scene for like competitive gaming than North America. So you of course get more. Also, you also get more players that are good. Not necessarily they're that much better than, but there's more players that are at the top level.
Do you think that Korea will be dominant here at IM too, or foreigners actually stand a chance because it's a new game?
Koreans are gonna, of course. Let me think. What foreigners are here? Like Stefano, he could do well, of course.
Red is true.
Red's doing good. And Mana.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think a Korean's gonna get like top 3 maybe. I mean, 3 Koreans are gonna get top 3.
Okay, that's not too wild, I guess. So we actually, like half an hour ago, we spoke to Mana. He kind of he said that he wants to play Nurchio, so I can trio, kind of dissing your teammate. Do you think that actually Mana can trio Nurchio? Is the other way around?
The reason Mana wants to play Nurchio right now is because Nurchio keeps beating Mana at tournaments, and now Protoss is finally in balance, so he wants to make people think that he can actually beat Nurchio, when he actually can't when the game is fair.
You think he can't?
No.
Protoss is finally in balance. This is such a nice quote. Okay, so I think we'll wrap this up here. So if you have any final words to fans, I know you have a huge fan base, so any words to them will be most welcome.
I'm gonna be playing. There's some Acer Take TV Team League thing online soon, so you guys should watch that. It's gonna be fun. And I'm gonna be in Korea right after IEM. I'm going to Korea with MMA, so I'm gonna be playing in GSTL with Axiom. So if I play, you should watch me there. It's gonna be fun.
Just another question. You mentioned this Take TV's Team League, the Team Story Cup. It was actually announced yesterday. You can see the news on Gaussa Gamers, but I think the announced teams are Acer, Liquid, Mouse, and what was the 4th team? Axiom, yes. Do you think you guys stand a chance against them? Like, I know 4 more teams will coming from qualifiers, but from these just 4 teams that are announced, where do you stand compared to them?
Above most sports, I don't know, about even with Liquid maybe, other than Tasia's really strong. But it's gonna be Heart of the Storm, so it's gonna be a lot different. Axiom is really strong because they're all Koreans, of course. And the thing is, me and MMA are going to be staying with Axiom, so it's going to be kind of awkward when we play against each other because we're going to be in the same team as.
Okay, so this was Scarlett at IEM Day 3. Stay tuned for us. Watch the Team Story Cup. Watch her at GSTL. So they're both going to be great tournaments, and we'll be bringing you more stuff as IEM Hanover goes on its way. Thank you.